Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel, Mr. Balloons, and today we're doing Game Week 4 of the Premier League predictions. Starting off on the 27th of August, 4 days later, it's going to be Southampton at home against Manchester United, and I'm going for a 3-2 win to Manchester United. And when I was looking at this game, I was thinking it could easily be 2-2. Man United did get a very good victory against Liverpool 2-1. Liverpool was starting to get back into it though, with Salah right at the end there. But I think the changes that they made, they didn't start Ronaldo or Harry Maguire, and they go win against Liverpool. Obviously, I'm not dissing Ronaldo. I think he's very good, but in the Man United side, he's just not performing. Sancho and Rashford getting the goals, starting to bring back form. I think they will bring back form. I think that's why they're going to win here. I think after that win, they're going to have momentum to go and win against Southampton. But to be honest, Southampton, they have managed to get points twice at the moment. Against Leeds, they were losing 2-0, managed to get 2 back, and they drew 2-2. And against Leicester, they were losing 1-0, managed to get back, win 2-1. So I think it'll be very similar. I think Manchester United will be like 2-0 ahead. Southampton will get 2 goals. It's going to look like a draw. I think it's going to be quite a close game because Man United aren't quite away with their bad form. I think Liverpool, winning against Liverpool doesn't mean nothing because Liverpool aren't playing well either. And I think Southampton will definitely be knocking at the door this game. But I'm still going to back Manchester United. Let's move on to Chelsea, who are home against Leicester City. And I'm going for 3-1 to Chelsea. Yet again, Leicester City bottle another lead, this time to Southampton. To be honest, they lost Schmeichel, James Maddison scoring. They've been rumoured for a lot of their players going. They're not making anything in the transfer market. I don't see them beating Chelsea. Even after Chelsea losing 3-0 against Leeds. You know, Leeds does have probably one of the best atmospheres in the Premier League. The second best, probably. And they got battered 3-0. Mendy, I would say he's a good keeper. But he cannot, I repeat, he cannot dribble with the ball. He's not good with his feet in football. And he made that big mistake. To be fair, technically, Raheem Sterling was the only player that actually made something. The only player that made chances. Which if there's only one player making chances, you're not going to get enough chances to score a goal, and that's why, to be honest. Leeds played very well, but Chelsea this time, they're home against Leicester City, who lost against Southampton. They're going to be so determined to push on. I think Cucurella didn't have a good game. He's probably going to be benched for this game, and I think, to be fair, Leicester are going to bottle another lead. And really, Leicester aren't playing well. That's end of. I think Danny Ward's going to take a while to even get on somewhat form. I think it's going to be an easy 3-1 Chelsea win. Moving on to Brighton, who are home against Leeds United. What a game this is. Both teams doing very well. And I'm going to say it's going to be 1-1. And it's going to be a draw. Looking at Leeds United, obviously, as we just talked about, winning 3-0 against Chelsea was absolutely, fantastically, diddly-doodly brilliant. And Leeds, Brenton Aronson, the amount of energy he has got is absolutely amazing. I say it every week I do these predictions. And he tackled Mendy. Mendy tried and do a fake shot. He got it. He put it in the net. It's that press that Jesse March liked. Picked it up from Marky Bielsa. Way of doing it. Rodrigo obviously performing well with very good header from a free kick. To be honest, the defence played very well as well. I would say if Firpo returns for Leeds United and a left back, Struker's probably better. I would say Struker's good enough in that left back, and I think he's probably better than Firpo. Defensively, they played well against Chelsea. That atmosphere is absolutely amazing, but this time, they're not at their home ground. Brighton, 2 clean sheets, and it's going to be low scoring because of that. And to be honest, I wouldn't say Brighton's attack is all too good. I think both teams would be a very close game. A lot of chances for both sides, because both of their sides like making chances. You know, Brighton playing very well, but looking at it, they're both playing very well, so that's going to equal out to a draw. So let's move on to Manchester City, who are home against Crystal Palace. And I'm going to go for 3-1 to Manchester City. That's probably the obvious win there. Obviously, it was a tight result against Newcastle United. They've obviously got the standard to stay in, and they played very well to get a point there. And to be honest, Newcastle played well, but we'll get onto that when we talk about Newcastle United. Man City, they're at home. One reason why I'm going for a win here. Erling Haaland playing absolutely amazing. His conversion rate is absolutely brilliantly. He's not just getting goals, he also got an assist. They're playing well overall. Haven't lost this season. Crystal Palace, obviously getting a good win against Aston Villa. But again, Crystal Palace, I think it'll be 1-1 at half-time. I think Crystal Palace will have a very good team. I think very good game. I think they're going to be knocking out the door here with Eze and Zaha. Again, I say it week in, week out. Great combination between those two. Two great centre-backs in Gay and Anderson. But I would say they don't have good form. I mean, their right back, Nathaniel Klein, I wouldn't rate him too much, to be honest. But, you know, Man City, they're just good. You know, they've got stamina, they've got the home advantage. They're playing very well. Crystal Palace, I think, will definitely be a very close game. I think last season they did get a draw or something against City or Liverpool, one of those two teams. And I think it'll be very close. But City, they've got the stamina because of the new rule of 5 substitutes. They can make all their substitutes. They've got too good of a squad. They've got 2 Champions League quality squads. They're going to go on and easily win this game. Moving on, Liverpool, who are home against AFC Bournemouth. I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. Even with the dreadful start of the season, no wins in 3 games. A draw, 2-2 draw against Fulham, they didn't perform well enough. Then they go, draw 1-1 against Crystal Palace. Nunes, then what he's doing, he's headbutting him for, yes, Nunes did get fouled, but his attitude needs to calm down. And to be honest, Bournemouth, against the top 6 clubs at the moment, they lose against Manchester City. They lose against Arsenal. They're not good, in my opinion. I think they don't have the qualities in defence to get a go against Liverpool's side, especially Salah in behind the players. Obviously, they won against Aston Villa 2-0, but Aston Villa played absolutely shambolic, to be honest. That game, that's probably why they got it. They're probably really hyped and they didn't realise that they're going to have these 3 hard games. Liverpool got this in the bag there, Anfield. Bournemouth, I don't think Solanke's good enough to get past Van Dijk. But to be honest, Liverpool, they're going to be wanting everything. They haven't got a win, so they must get a win here. Moving on, it's going to be Brentford, who are home against Everton. And really, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Yes, I mean, Brentford, they're playing absolutely brilliantly. Obviously, they did have a hard game against Fulham. I did actually predict that one right. Fulham winning 3-2 against Brentford. To be honest, Brentford, obviously, it's going to be hard against Fulham. They have a great start. Fulham press as a team. Great pressing, you know. They played well. They at least managed to get 2 goals. And they're knocking at the door. But here at home, I don't think Everton are going to win it. They're either going to draw it or lose it. I think Brentford have a good enough chance to win it 1-0 because Everton, they need a striker. They really do. Calvert-Lewin injured. Salmon Rondon only returning from his injury. And really, I wouldn't say he's the best of qualities. Gray probably being their best in the front 3 as a winger. Getting that goal, I think he'll probably get a goal here. Or maybe a corner, they might get a goal or something like that. But Brentford, they've got a good side. Tony with an offside goal. Great turn, but obviously it was offside. But he's not just getting goals, he's getting assists. They've got the qualities, and Brevo's starting to perform. Ben Mee, the experience at the back, so Everton had definitely not been able to score. But Everton, the way of playing against Chelsea, I think was quite good as well, not so long ago. And they only just about lost against Aston Villa. I think Everton are definitely an improved side, really. But they need to sign a striker, and for that, I think it's going to be a draw between the two sides. A very close game. I think Brentford, because they lost against Fulham, I don't think they're going to be full qualities, but I think they'll take a draw. Moving on, Arsenal, who are home against Fulham FC. I'm going for a big high-scoring 4-2 win to Arsenal. And to be honest, they did also win 4-2 against Leicester City as well not too long ago. The chance of this happening is probably quite low. 2 4-2s in quite a quick succession. To be honest, they've got a great attack. Odegaard, Jesus, done partnering up together. Brilliant. Obviously, it was only Bournemouth, but they've got 3 games, 3 wins. They're on good form. I think they got this in the bag. Even with Fulham, who presses as a team, they're great against Brentford. I think they're going to finally have a big challenge for them here. They've got great form. Arsenal, great players. Great defence. Saliba getting an absolute wonder of a goal. Fulham, I think, will definitely knock at the door. Mitrovic will definitely get a goal. And maybe Reed will get a simple goal. Because of their pressing, I think Arsenal might make a mistake. Just one mistake that Fulham can, push on. I think it's going to be a very similar game against Leicester. They'll get one back and they think they're back into it. But they won't, because Arsenal's qualities are just too good at the start of the season. Let's start waffling on. Let's go into a whole new day, which is the 28th of August. And I'm going to predict Wolverhampton Wanderers to draw against Newcastle United 1-1. Yes, I am a Newcastle fan, but to be honest, Wolves, they don't have a great attack in my opinion. Their attack isn't good enough. I think it's going to be very good. Their defense is very good. Nick Pope, great goalie. Sarr, great goalie. It's going to be low scoring. Newcastle played very well at home. They've got the best atmosphere at their home stadium. They're not home here today. I think Wolves are going to be looking for a point. They're going to be looking for their first 3 points. But in history, it's always been a close game between the two sides. So for that, I'm going to say 1-1. But I think it's going to be mostly Newcastle going to be dominating here, creating most chances. But Wolves, I don't think they're going to create enough chances. They obviously got a good enough side to get a point, but just because of history and a great defence and goalie. Moving on, Aston Villa, who face against West Ham United at home at Villa Park. 2-1, I'm going to predict this. West Ham, 0 goals in 3 games. 3 games, 3 losses, bottom of the table. Obviously, he was unlucky not to get 3 points against Nottingham Forest. They played against Brighton's peak. You know, this is Brighton's peak ever. They've never played this well. And they played against them then, which was harsh. And really think they're finally going to get a point against Villa side, which is not playing the best. Only a 2-1 win against Everton. 2-0 loss against Bournemouth. Not playing the best, obviously. I think Coutinho, Ings, Watkins are great attackers for Villa. They'll definitely get the goals. And West Ham, they're going to be out. They need a point soon. The first 3 games they lose, they're going to get back at with a point. And it's going to be a very close game, though. Moving on, Nottingham Forest, who are home against Tottenham Hotspur. I'm going to go for a shocker 1-1 draw. Now, hear me out. Spurs only just about won 1-0 against Wolves. And Wolves did actually play decently well to keep it that low scoring. And it's going to be low scoring here today. To be honest, I think Brennan Johnson will definitely get a goal. Whether it's scrappy or not, I don't know. I think they might probably get a scrappy goal, but Brennan Johnson will be there probably, or Owanui will get there. But Nottingham, they're at the Nottingham ground, Spurs. They're going to find it hard, but Spurs are going to create all the chances, and they're going to hold on. With that crowd, they're always going to hold on. They hold against West Ham. At the moment, their form is all right. Obviously, getting a point against Everton at Goodison Park, I would say that's a dub. But really, against Spurs, it could easily be a Spurs win. I don't see Nottingham Forest winning this, but there's been a lot of shockers at the start of the season in the Premier League, and I think this is going to be a shocker 1-1 draw. Now, I'm going to say how I did in Game Week 3. I did actually get 5 points, which is my best week. But out of 20 points, again, out of the 3 weeks so far, I've gotten 0 exact results. But last game week, I actually got 5 results actually right. Not exactly, but 5 results. So I get 5 points. That's half of the results. This is my best week last week. Can we aim for 6 points? I'm going to try and get that. And yes, it's still pretty poor, but I'm hoping that I can slowly improve, because that was my best week last week. Hopefully we can improve with this week predictions. But that will be the end of my video. Hopefully you can like and subscribe, and always remember to turn on notifications to miss one of my fantastic YouTube videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.